2025 has been a stupendous year for films, like an exceptionally good year for films, with movies like Lilo and Stitch, The Long Walk, Sinners, Looney Tunes, The Day the Earth Blew Up, SpongeBob, per my 7-year-old who decided he was going to chime in as well. Either way, that shows you how film has gone this year. Everybody has found something at the theaters. Well, it's that time of year. This is my top 10 of the year 2025. We're kicking off the top 10 with a documentary. When I watch films, I take from every single genre. So naturally, as a historian, there's going to be some documentaries. And this documentary is very close to my heart. John Candy's I Like Me. My big takeaway from this film is there was nothing bad that John Candy ever really did. Like, all around, people really enjoyed him. And I think what moved me so much about this documentary is how close I was to it. I grew up on John Candy. I loved his films. I remember when he passed away. And so seeing all of these people that I also loved from my childhood saying all these nice things about him was really reaffirming. So having this film come out in a year where it seemed like every other turn was a downturn or something negative, getting something positive in the shape and form of John Candy this year was kind of crucial. It's why John Candy, I Like Me, is number 10. One Battle After Another is a film I came to kind of late. I got really busy with teaching and everything else going on at the time, so I missed it in theaters. Man, am I kicking myself now. I would have loved this film in a nice big IMAX screen. It was funny, it was clever, it was pertinent. The performances were incredible. Chase Infinity was stupendous. Leonardo DiCaprio was funny, like genuinely funny. Like, I relate to him and his character in a whole bunch of ways that I'm not going to go about in this video. But I understood him. Right. Del Toro was stupendous. It was just a really good film. Overall, it seemed really pertinent to the times that we're going through right now with our own government. It wasn't insulting. It was really good all around. The performances were spectacular. You can't get much better than One Battle After Another, but we're gonna. Superman is one of my favorite films of the year. Yes, it's number 8, but it was still really good, and until recently it was sitting in the top 5. It was a great movie. I saw it 4 times in the theaters. Me and my son both went 4 times in different, IMAX, Dolby. We loved that film. It was a good time. It was a great start to the DCU for James Gunn. David Corenswet's Superman is incredible. He's exactly what Superman needs to be. Nicholas Hoult knocked Lex Luthor out of the park. Like, as far as adaptations go, it was pitch perfect, regardless of what some people might think. That was Superman. It was incredible. It gave me hope. It made me happy. I really enjoyed it. I had fun with it. I've watched it probably 6 times this year so far. It's definitely one of the best films of 2025. It absolutely deserves its position in the top 10. Wake Up Dead Man is another film that I wish I would have been able to see in theaters. Not my fault this time. I blame Netflix because, short release windows, but I digress. Wake Up Dead Man is the best Knives Out film. All of them have been good. Wake Up Dead Man is untouchable. It is so good. The mystery, the way it's solved, the way they present this impossible crime and make it possible. It was just really exceptional. The performances were good from an ensemble cast. The Knives Out films are just fun and they're good. You get good performances, you get good story. They're all around good films. Rian Johnson, keep making them. We will keep watching them. They're that good. Zootopia 2 as a Disney sequel has no right to be as good as it is. And if you're a 90s kid like me, you know exactly what I mean. Return of Jafar, Prince of Thieves, Lion King 1.5. Like, they tried to sell us everything. And none of those sequels were more than okay. And that's why Zootopia 2 is just so astounding. It is really, really good. It mixes in big ideas that kids might have trouble, understanding, and makes it palatable. They deal with gentrification and racism and mistreatment of minorities and migrants, and it is stupendous what they were able to do with animals. Right? The performances were good. The story was good. Jennifer Goodwin, Ki Huy Kwan, Jason Bateman, like, they were really good. Like, the film as a whole, it worked really, really well. It hit on so many different levels. It's one of the first films that I gave 5 stars to this year, and man, it was worth every star that I gave it. The Perfect Neighbor is a film that will change you at a fundamental level. Told through body cam and security footage and Ring doorbells, tells the story of A.J. Owens and her murder at the hands of her white neighbor. Her white neighbor had been harassing children in their neighborhood, being entitled to land that wasn't hers. She had no right to it. She was throwing things at children, and A.J. Owens confronts her about it, and white neighbor shoots her through the door. What takes place through that movie and that documentary will move you. I was in agony. You see through the police body cam, her children find out that she has passed. And those are screams I'll never forget. And I've thought about this movie endlessly since I've seen it. I've told anybody who hasn't seen it to watch it. Having worked in criminal justice reform and seeing the failings of the police system again, over and over again, it was preventable. If somebody would have done something, it was completely preventable. Murder. A.J. Owens should still be here. Her neighbor should not have been allowed to continue to do the things that she was doing. It is sad. It is also incredibly sad that it's indicative of America. It's that we have people entitled that think they are owed things they aren't. And those same people are out doing and committing heinous crimes like this without any thought, thinking they will get away with it because of the color of their skin. And just as far as documentaries go, The Perfect Neighbor is a perfect documentary. It gets at the very core of what documentaries are supposed to do. It makes you think, and it sticks with you. I've thought about that movie every single day since I saw it. It's everybody's got to see it. Everybody should see The Perfect Neighbor. Frankenstein is a gothic masterpiece. Guillermo del Toro really, really gave us something special with this film. From the set pieces to the costumes, it was all completely stunning. The film itself was an epic. It was a journey through one man's hubris. Oscar Isaac nailed Dr. Frankenstein. Jacob Elordi as the creature was so compelling and so good that he's got to be in the conversation for at least Best Supporting Actor when the award seasons start to ratchet up. Mia Goth is also incredible. She's sensational. The film as a whole is just stupendous. It was one of my favorites. It's the only film that I watched, and then I watched again. It was that good. It was an exceptional film. It is absolutely worthy of its position on this list. Frankenstein is a masterpiece. The Long Walk is far and away one of the best films of the year. That's why it's number 3 on my list. It was just that good. It's going to gut you. It's going to stick with you. It's going to make you carry your own guts while you scream in agony. David Johnson's performance is electric. It is career defining. I cannot wait to see what that young man does next. I was a fan of his when he was in Alien Romulus, and it can only get better from here. Mark Hamill as the villain is terrifying, almost in a friendly kind of uncle kind of way. But at the same time, he will kill you and leave you for dead and not think twice about it. The story of perseverance is important right now, specifically, while it seems like a tyrannical government is taking over and we're being left with pieces and only each other, like the young men who were walking on the long walk. The film is a must-see. Absolute must-see. Get to the long walk. That is why it is so high on my list at number 3. Hamnet is an emotionally devastating film. It is a beautiful film. It is gorgeous in its cinematography. It is so well acted. Jessie Buckley, with one scream, should absolutely win the Academy Award, the all of them. Just put them in a bag, hand them to her. I spent the last half of that film in tears, holding my wife's hand, and I don't think we were the only people experiencing that film that way. When the film ended, nobody moved. They just sat there, contemplating everything that they had just seen, taking it all in, like it was a Marvel movie with a mid-credit scene where Shakespeare writes Macbeth. That just was never coming, but we still sat and we digested. The film as a whole was an experience. It was one of my most anticipated of the year. When I finally got to it, man, I wasn't disappointed. It is why it lives so high on my list at number 2. Marty Supreme is a stupendous film. It fell just outside of my top 10, but that does not mean it wasn't stunning. It's one of my favorite films of the year. It was incredible. The performances were electric. The music and soundtrack, it shouldn't have worked. It was set in 1952. It's 80s music, but it worked. And man, did it help ratchet up the chaos. Marty Supreme is one of the best movies of the year. K-Pop Demon Hunters was absolutely worth the word of mouth that it got. It was an incredible film. The animation is stunning. The songs are incredible. That last fight scene was epic. The way that they moved with the music and the way they animated in the fight with the demons. Like, one of my favorite animated films of the year. It was stupendous.
SpongeBob: The Search for SquarePants was a really good film. The actors were really good in the film. It was really funny.
When they write the history book about film from the year 2015 to about 2025, and they're talking about the COVID years and the loss of interest in going to the movie theater, the chapter that they write about what saves film is going to be called Sinners. Sinners was a revolution. It was a film-going experience that we all passed from one to the other. Like, we were all talking about film, like actual film, not films in the theater, but like 15 perf, 5 perf, 70 millimeter, Dolby. It mattered because Sinners made it matter. The film was a revelation in filmmaking. It was beautiful. The sequence where its music through the ages was incredible. Just the history that unfolded in about 5 minutes was just so exquisitely presented. It is one of my favorite scenes of the year. Michael B. Jordan deserves all of the flowers for this role. He played not one, but 2 people, 2 distinctly different people that had completely different characteristics and did different things and had their own different traumas even. His performance was exquisite. It was spot on. It's exactly what it needed to be. The supporting cast of Sinners was astounding. Delroy Lindo was exquisite. It was wonderful seeing him have this role and get all of the attention that he's been getting. It was wonderful. Like, I've never seen a bad Delroy Lindo movie. Name one. Sinners as a film is something we'll be talking about for years. It's why it's number 1 on this list. It earned that spot. Word of mouth, the amount of people going to see it in theaters, it was incredible. It was something to experience. Truly something you had to be there for. The conversation that it brought around film was stupendous. it is this high on the list because it should be. It is one of the best films of the last 20, if not 30 years. It's revolutionized filmmaking. It's revolutionized how we go to the movies. Sinners has absolutely earned its #1 spot on this list.
This has been Chris with Nerd Initiative. Don't forget to like and follow.